definitely an exciting position to be responsible for the design identity and the aesthetic of the brand. It's a dream come true for me. As a kid growing up, if somebody had told me you're going to be designing cars for the most exclusive supercar manufacturer on the planet, yeah, I'd have jumped to the chance. Bruce, I'm absolutely sure of it. Yeah. Bruce would be super proud of where we've gone and what we've achieved. In fact, his daughter, Amanda McLaren, works at McLaren, and she said to me, I've shared a few business trips with her, and she said to me, she knows her dad would be over the moon with what we've done because we've stuck to all his principles. Beautiful yet functional, born on the track, everything for a reason. It's definitely a point of difference. It's something that's very individual to McLaren, I believe. I think McLaren really stands for authenticity. So having double functionality and lines that look beautiful, but they actually function, they help separate the air and guide the air around the body for cooling and downforce. That is really key, and as I was saying earlier, part of our design philosophy is to make the car the visualisation of the way the car controls the airflow. Is it unique to McLaren? I think so. I think when you look at supercars over the decades, they've done fast, clean body sides for decades now. And with the P1 and the 12C and the 650 and now the 570, we've really tried to capture that. It tells this technological story through the surfacing. And we don't think of it as styling, it's definitely designed to us because we're not following trends. We don't do sharp creases and a certain line and a certain surface treatment because it's trendy. We just do what works. After all, the laws of aerodynamics haven't changed, just our ability to understand it. Yeah, for me, brand identity goes hand in hand with design and functionality. The brand identity has its own function, that is for people to recognise it. The design philosophy, which is breathtaking products that tell the visual story of their function, that again, it's part and parcel of the identity and the functionality. So when you think about McLaren's design aesthetic, it's really an aesthetic, a visual that tells a story about the way the air flows around the car, and that's inherent to all our designs. Clean sheet to launch, you're looking around 3 years. For the cars that we do that are so technologically dense, in terms of like the aero, the materials we use, everything's cutting edge. A lot, inspired a lot by Formula One. So the carbon fibre monocell's really safe, really lightweight. We do a lot in a very short amount of time, actually. So my personal involvement on a project tends to be in the first year and a half. So we'll spend maybe 8 weeks sketching. We spend another couple of months at scale clay models. Then we go to full-size clay models. We spend 8 months on that. So at that point, we're like almost a year and a quarter into the program. Then we spend 16 weeks doing the A-class, which is like a technical surfacing section. And the data from the A-class surfacing then goes to be machined for the production tooling. That takes us about a year and a half for my involvement for each car, so it's fairly quick. I mean, our production line, we're set up to peak at around 5,000 cars, or 4,500, 5,000 cars. So we will always have a combination of machine or man and machine on the production line. That, primarily, you've got guys on every station hand building the cars. Certain bits have to be done by machine because it has to be within a quarter of a millimetre. So it has to be, certain bits have to be completely bang on. But then the way we design the car, everything else goes together within plus or minus 1 millimetre anyway. So it's all good. And for us, I think having the hand-built edge, it suits the kind of cars we because we're doing cars at 2,000 units per year in the sports series up through to the P1, which is 375 over a 3-year period. It's we need that flexibility, and people give you that flexibility. Regards 4 seats, no plans. We're completely focused on 2-seat supercars, sports cars. In terms of the EV, yes. In our business plan up to 2022, we are looking at having EV mule cars. Now, when that actually hits production for us, all depends on the energy density of the battery systems and the technologies available. So we don't know. It could be could be 10 years time, two years time, 5 years time. Yeah, don't know yet. All depends on the technology. We don't have a line actually. I think I think it's all to do with. I guess the line is it technically possible? Is it feasible? If it's feasible, and the customer's happy to pay what it costs to deliver, because doing unique bespoke projects, whether it's a high wing, a new wheel or an all new car, it's obviously quite an expensive undertaking, but they do get something very unique. So yeah, there is no line. As a designer, that kind of project is dream territory, so when the time's right to do the next ultimate car, we know we will only do it when the technology is there, so that means there's either a huge performance leap, a huge technological leap. So when that's right, I'm sure there'll be some exciting new things to play with. It keeps you on your toes, definitely. I think to be responsible, I mean, there's obviously we have amongst us, the executives, they make the final decision. For me, my job is to be outward looking to all their needs and to make sure we design options and variants that always result in breathtaking products. It's all I know is we've got such an aggressive plan, and we want to be, actually in a lot of ways I think we are, number one in terms of performance and handling, drivability, and what the different series offer. I think we're breaking ground and going into new territory and steering things up a lot.